checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. I'm all for long-term storytelling here. And there was a long-term story that we've all forgotten. Something I was wrong about at the time, but apparently I was right. Or I was wrong. I was wrong. But now I see that they were right. So anyway, there was an NXT, and The Rock showed up. Do you remember this? The Rock showed up on NXT. And he met with Ava, his daughter Ava. And they had a moment. And do you remember what The Rock said to Ava?
No.
He said, I just don't know what I'm going to say out there. Perhaps you could give me some advice. And I laughed and laughed and laughed. Ava is going to give advice to The Rock on what he should say out there. Well, you know what? As it turns out, Ava should have been on SmackDown. Maybe she could have given him some advice about what to say out there. Because it turns out he had nothing to say, except that he wants this man's soul, and he's going to be at Elimination Chamber. See, the thing is this. What is this guy talking about? He even had a press conference afterwards, and he did this big press conference. He goes, yeah, one of the great things about this business is we can do storylines that don't necessarily need to lead to matches. I'm like, you know, it was an absolutely horrendous booker at the end. Horrible. Was Vince McMahon. And Vince McMahon would not let you promote a match he was not going to deliver. If you teased a match that he wasn't going to deliver, like, you were in trouble. He'd ice it. You're only going to promote a match that's going to be delivered. You're telling me The Rock is going to, like, do a bunch of angles with Cody to not lead to a match? Then everyone's like, well, you know, he's going to do the Mr. McMahon thing and Cody's going to be Stone Cold. I was like, really? Well, I don't know if you guys remember Vince and Stone Cold, but, like, I rewatched it. I watched it the first time and then went and rewatched it again. You know who was on the show every week during that feud? Well, Vince McMahon and also Stone Cold. They were on the show every single week. You're telling me that The Rock is going to be on SmackDown every week to play Mr. McMahon to Cody's Steve Austin? You know what else happened? You know what else happened? Is Vince and Steve Austin actually led to a match. They had a bunch of matches. They sucked, but they had matches out of it. So anyway, I'll tell you what's not going to happen. The Rock isn't going to be on the show every week. What, is he going to send an emissary? Is he going to send Claudio Castagnoli like Moxley sent him to Japan to take out Shooter? What are we doing here? What happened was the guy showed up, he wanted to announce WrestleMania, and then like he got excited, and he decided he wanted to do something really long, and then it's like, okay, well, now what? There is no now what. Maybe he has something in his head or whatever. Remember when he gave Cody that present last year that we never found out what the present was? That was a great follow-up there. Remember when him and Cody were feuding, and like they were almost certain, and now they're best friends, and their moms chill out together at shows? Yeah. I'm not bullish on this whole thing. Maybe old Dwayne can prove me wrong. I'd be happy to be proved wrong. I'd like Cody and The Rock. I don't think we're going to get it.
The Rock said the thing he's always wanted more than anything in life was a brother. Do you believe that?
No. This guy goes, the thing he handed Cody was the Rolex. No, it wasn't. Cody was he was wearing the Rolex at the press conference before The Rock came out on Raw. He wore it at the press conference. So no, Rock can say that, but that's not what it was. Anyway, who cares? You want to recap it or should we move on?
We're going to get our answer March 1st.
Yeah.
Because that's when The Rock... What if Cody had been like, you know what? Hell yeah, brother, let's do it. I'm on your side. With The Rock would be like, no. I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it till March 1st.
Hey, this guy's got a good point. His dad was the Soul Man. Maybe he's now going to be Soul Man The Rock. He collects souls. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he meant the sole of his shoes.
Then he's talking
Did we ever think about that?
And he goes,
Cody's nice $1,000 loafers that he was out there in? Could be that.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Tom. Would you consider yourself like a rich man, a wealthy man set for life?
Well, health is wealth, so no.
Okay. So, like, if The Rock came up to you and he's like, Tom, brother, like, I want you to be my champion. Like, house of your dreams, I'll take care of your wife and kids for generations, all this. Okay, maybe you'd think about it, right? He's saying this to the WWE champion. Who's like, he's been the champion. He's the top guy in all of WWE. He's supposed to be like filthy rich. He always comes out dressed like he's rich. Hey, there's never been a story about how Cody's got no money. And Rock is trying to say, you know what Rock's argument was? I'll get you to 500 million Instagram followers. Oh. Well, good God, in that case. If you love this show, you should consider signing up at WrestlingObserver.com. WrestlingObserver.com has every show that we have ever done. Over 15,000 podcasts in the archives, dating back to 2005. Searchable by show, searchable by year. Perhaps the first show you ever watched was 2008 WrestleMania? Well, you can head into the archives and you can find the podcast we did, all built around the 2008 WrestleMania. Every major show, whether it be WWE, AEW, we covered it all. 15,000 archived shows at WrestlingObserver.com. Also, when you subscribe, you get full access to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. There's a new Observer every Friday. And on top of that, we have thousands and thousands of archived issues of the Observer dating back to 1991. So again, WrestleMania 2008, go to the archives, search WrestleMania 2008, read all of the issues surrounding that show. Of course, Wrestling Observer newsletter, 40,000 words of news and information on pro wrestling and mixed martial arts every single week. New issue comes out every Friday. New back issue comes out every Monday. You also get the discussion board. One of the best discussion boards on the internet. It's members only. If you're going to troll, well, you got to pay to troll, and there aren't too many of those. And if you cause too much trouble, you're out of there. So if you want a great place to discuss professional wrestling, it is the board. Also available as a subscriber at WrestlingObserver.com. The whole package, all of the new shows, all of the archived shows, all of the new issues of The Observer, all of the archived editions of the newsletter, all of the past episodes of Wrestling Observer Radio, Wrestling Observer Live, The Bryan and Vinny Show, Figure Four Daily, Filthy Four Daily, The Board, all of it, just $14.99 per month. The full shebang. And you can save a lot of money getting an annual subscription. A full year, you basically get 2 months free. So check it out, WrestlingObserver.com, everything you'll ever need as a fan of professional wrestling. Check it out today, F4WOnline.com.